It is another brand new week, and welcome to another brand new episode of our weekly devotion with yours truly. Woo-hoo. Well, have you ever felt that you are being attacked from all fronts? It's like all the missiles that have been fired are now heading towards your direction. Well, if you're feeling this way and you are pushed to the corner, I am hoping to encourage you with today's devotion. Well, our text is taken from 1 Samuel chapter 30. David and his men reached Ziklag on the third day. Now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They had attacked Ziklag and burned it, and taken captive the women and everyone else in it, both young and old. They killed none of them, but carried them off as they went on their way. When David and his men reached Ziklag, they found it destroyed by fire, and their wives and children were taken captive. So David and his men wept loudly. Can you imagine? All 600 of them all wail. Oh, they all cried until they have no strength left to weep. Oh, they must have loved their wives and their children. And David's two wives, David's wives were also taken captives. His two wives, Ahinoam of Jezreel and Abigail, the widow of Nabal of Carmel. And David was greatly distressed because the men were talking about stoning him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. David was essentially being cornered. His own children and his own wives were taken away. And then, his men were distressed. And the men was talking about stoning him. These were my very men. We fought together, and now they are thinking of stoning me. And then we have another set of enemy, the Amalekites, that came in and start this problem altogether. And so David was confronted with a multitude of issues. It sounds like, all the missiles were heading in his direction. David found strength in the Lord, his God. So David went into the temple and inquired of the Lord. He asked God, should I pursue this raiding party? Will I overtake them? You see, when David talked to God, he talked about the enemy, the real enemy. So David did not complain about his own men. David's focus was on the enemy, the real enemy, the Amalekites. Should I pursue this raiding party? Will I overtake them? That was his motivation. And God said, pursue them. You will certainly overtake them and succeed in the rescue. David went. And the story ended with David rescuing all the women and the children. And they were all taken. None of them died. You see, your mental fortitude determines your response. If your mind is weak, chances are you will respond with negative reaction, like the man did. They're all wanting to kill their very own leader. But David had this strong mental fortitude. You know what? Mental fortitude comes from having a clarity of mind. David knew who his enemies were. His men were not his enemies. He did not complain about the man. He did not try and quarrel, had a conflict with the man. Your wives are taken away, so is my wife. What are you? Who do you know I'm your leader? No, there was no conflict. David let them mope because David knew the situation. Everybody was distressed because their wives and their children were taken away. Obviously, they are mad. And so David let them process their anger and all that, but he did not make enemies out of them. Just because we have problems doesn't mean that everybody else will become our enemies. Just because when we are going through trying situation and some people may not agree with what we intend to do, that doesn't mean that they will become our enemies. So have this clarity of mind, know who your enemies are so that you can choose your battle. Right? Know your purpose. David knew his purpose. His purpose was to pursue after these raiders and to rescue the women and the children, not to have this internal conflict within his own camp. He knew the purpose and he found strength in God. So you got to have that clarity of mind. Know your enemy, know your situation, know your purpose, know your source of strength. David found strength in the Lord his God. Well, mental fortitude comes from having clarity of mind. It comes from consulting God for direction and strength. Remember, David, the first thing he did was not, hey, Chonga, let's attack the enemy, let's pursue them. No, he went to the temple and then he spoke with God, and he consulted God for direction and for strength, because the Bible says in verse 6, he found strength in the Lord his God. Hey, calm down, clear your mind, pray, seek God. Be anxious for nothing. That means, hey, don't just simply get excited, get anxious just because there's a situation. God is in control. If God is in it, all things are possible. If God is for you, no one can be against you. If the God that's in you is greater than the one that's in the world. So hey, let's put our focus on God. Look up to him and not look around our situation and at the missiles that are heading our way. Maybe they are not missiles heading our way. We make them to be so because we make enemies out of everybody. Thirdly, we need to learn how to channel our energy to the right place, the people and purpose. All right. So choose your battle, reserve your energy, sleep well, rest well, so that you know when you need to fight, when you need to have that energy to deal with the difficulties, you have the right frame of mind and the right source of energy to deal with it. So if you are feeling this way, fear not, God is with you. I want you to watch this video. This little boy didn't know what was going on. When he turned around, the lion then took that chance to attack the little boy. But the lion didn't know that the boy was protected by the glass. You know, you are protected by God. The missiles may come, but it will hit the glass and it will bounce off. God is protecting you. So stay calm, stay cool, you know, calm your mind, calm yourself, have the clarity of mind, choose your battle, consult God, pray, and then channel your energy to the right place and to the right people. Right? So may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So this week, as you go about your work and your duties or whatever that you are doing, remember, you know, if you are going through challenges in life, clear your mind, right? Have a clarity of mind, consult God, pray first, seek God's direction and strength, and then channel your energy towards the right place and the right people and right purpose. Have a good week ahead. God bless you.